Good Saturday afternoon, everybody, wherever you are in this great country of ours. Welcome to this edition of Bethea'S Byte Reloaded. I'm Ernest Bethea, the last outlaw. It's so good to have you here today. And today we are going all across the country for this edition of Reloaded. And yeah, I said all across the country. I'm talking like this. Our missing person starts us in Texas. Then we go into Maine for our top story. Then we're gonna hit spots like Milwaukee, New Orleans, and Nevada. So, without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and start this off with our missing persons case. Take a look, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bo Young Kim Mickens. She also goes by the alias Julie Mickens. Here's all the details that I have. In 2017, Bo Young Kim Mickens moved with her son from El Paso, Texas, to Orlando, Florida, to live with her husband's parents. In November 2017, Bo Young Kim Mickens was last seen leaving with her son and her husband as they drove away from the residence of her husband's parents. It is believed that the family arrived in the Atlanta, Decatur, Chamblee, Doraville, Georgia area. Mickens has ties to or may visit El Paso, Texas, and the Atlanta, Decatur, Chamblee, Doraville areas of Georgia. She is South Korean. She is South Korean. She has the passport, but she is also a lawful permanent resident of the United States. Now, at the time of Mickens's disappearance, she stood about 5 feet 1 inch tall, weighed around 140 pounds, with brown hair, brown eyes. She speaks both Korean and English. And as I stated earlier, she also goes by the alias Julie Mickens. The FBI is offering up a reward of up to $5,000 for information leading to the location of Bo Young Kim Mickens. If you have any information concerning this person, please, as always, I beg of you, do not hesitate. Contact your local FBI office or submit your tip anonymously online at tips.fbi.gov. Whatever you do, if you see something, please say something. Let's find this young lady and bring her back home safe. All right. Now, okay. Now, I really and truly want to show off a lot of what I'm bringing today, but I guess Streamlabs' new sharing system won't allow me to do that. So I'm just got to bring this to you the best I can. Okay. We're gonna begin with the big story of the last few days, the mass shooting in Maine. And mind you, I've taken this information down before I found out exactly what went down on yesterday. And all this is coming courtesy of the Associated Press. So authorities say a U.S. Army reservist fatally shot 18 people at a bowling alley and restaurant in Lewiston, Maine on Wednesday night. A massive search for 40-year-old Robert Card of Bowden was ongoing Friday. The shooting in the state's second largest city is the 36th mass killing in the United States this year, according to a database maintained by the Associated Press and USA Today in partnership with Northeastern University. The database includes every mass killing since 2006 from all weapons, which four or more people, excluding the offender, were killed within a 24-hour time frame. This is what we knew. The suspect. A murder warrant is out for the arrest of 40-year-old Robert Card of Bowden, Maine, in the attack of Lewiston that left 18 people dead and 13 people injured. Maine State Police say Card is wanted on 8 counts of murder. 10 victims remain unidentified. As victims are identified, the counts against Card will probably reach 18. This is according to Maine State Police Colonel William Ross. Card, at least at that time, was still at large. I'll explain why I say at that time. Card was considered armed and dangerous, police said. Nearly 2 days after the shooting, police have given no indication that they have any leads into Card's whereabouts. 2 law enforcement officials told the Associated Press that investigators found a note at the home associated with Card on Thursday that was addressed to his son. The officials described it as a suicide note, but said it didn't provide any specific motive for the shooting. Card's cell phone was also found in the home, and a gun was found in the white Subaru that Card abandoned. Federal agents were testing the gun to determine if it was used in the shooting and conducting a trace to determine when and where the gun was obtained. They were not authorized to publicly discuss the details of the investigation and spoke to AP on the condition of anonymity. Card's relatives told federal investigators that he recently discussed hearing voices and became more focused on the bowling alley and bar, according to officials. They said Card was an Army reservist and who had been taken by police for an evaluation after military officials became concerned that he was acting erratically in mid-July. The New York Army National Guard said the Army Reserve's 3rd Battalion, 304th Infantry Regiment, became concerned about Card's behavior while the unit was training at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point in New York. Card was transported by state police to Keller Army Community Hospital at the U.S. Military Academy for medical evaluation. Lewiston police said the shooting took place on Wednesday evening at, I'm going to try to get this name correctly for you guys. Wednesday evening at Sheminge's Bar and Grill and Just in Time Recreation, a bowling alley about 4 miles away. A number of parents and children were at Just in Time as part of a children's bowling league. The bowling alley is about 2 miles north of the Bates College campus on the outskirts of downtown and offers traditional 10-pin bowling and candlepin, a variant found in New England. Lewiston is the 2nd largest city in Maine with a population of 37,000. Maine has a long-standing culture of gun ownership tied to traditions of hunting and sport shooting. The state doesn't require permits to carry guns. The death toll from Wednesday's shooting was staggering for a state that in 2022 had 29 homicides the entire year. The attack was the worst mass killing in state history. All the deceased have been identified, and they ranged in age from 14 to 76. I will release those names in moments. This is according to a spokesperson for the state medical examiner's office. Some family members have confirmed their deaths. Authorities launched a massive search for Card on land and water. The Coast Guard sent out a patrol boat Thursday morning along the Kennebec River, but hours after searching, they found nothing out of the ordinary, according to Chief Petty Officer Ryan Smith. Investigators said Friday that they received more than 500 tips from the public. People can expect to see investigators at the two shooting scenes in the coming days as they process every square inch of these facilities. That's according to Maine Department of Public Safety Commissioner Michael Sawchuk. Divers and other investigators will be searching Friday at the Androscoggin River, near where the car was found. The Canada Border Services Agency issued an armed and dangerous alert to its officers stationed along the Canada-U.S. border, warning them to be on the lookout for Card. Maine public safety authorities issued an alert Thursday afternoon extending a shelter-in-place order for Androscoggin County and northern Sagadahoc County. Maine Emergency Management Agency called on residents to make sure homes and vehicles were secured. Sawchuk said police were evaluating whether shelter-in-place orders for several communities needed to be changed Friday. Maine's largest city in Portland closed its public buildings. Some Portland restaurants and bars closed their doors, or is bringing an unusual early evening to the typically hustling downtown of the state's largest city. Schools in Lewiston and Portland and elsewhere in the region remain closed Friday. On Thursday afternoon, law enforcement officers were at a home owned by Card's relatives in Bowdoin, Maine, with search warrants calling for anyone there, including Card, to surrender. Maine State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss said. But hours later, after repeated announcements and a search, authorities moved off, and it was still unclear whether Card had ever been at the location. Central Maine Healthcare said Thursday it was closing all physician offices in Lewiston and 6 surrounding communities for the day. All elective surgery was canceled in Central Maine Medical Center. President Biden had ordered all flags to be flown at half staff until sunset on Monday. That was what we found out until yesterday evening, when we found out that that the suspect, Robert Card, was found deceased due to a self-inflicted gunshot wound. But per usual, when it comes to these mass shootings, I don't want to give too much attention to the shooter himself. In fact, I'm going to pay respects to the victims in that shooting. They are 53-year-old Tricia Asselin, 48-year-old William Brackett, 40-year-old Peyton Brewer Ross, 34-year-old Tommy Conrad, 51-year-old Michael Deslauriers II, 35-year-old Max Hathaway, 41-year-old Brian McFarland, 64-year-old Keith McNair, 55-year-old Ronald Morin, 36-year-old Joshua Seal, 42-year-old Arthur Strout, 76-year-old Robert Violette, 73-year-old Lucille Violette, 45-year-old Stephen Vozella, 51-year-old Jason Walker, 57-year-old Joseph Walker, 14-year-old Aaron Young, and 44-year-old William Young. To all those victims, we stand by your families, calling for something to be done. And in some way, shape, form, or fashion, you will get the justice you deserve. But for now, may you all rest in paradise. I'm gonna take a moment of silence before I go on to the next story. Thank you. Now, the next story I'm going to bring you is an update on a case out of Nevada. I really wish I could I really wish I could share video like I want to. Ah, that's why. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. As like I'm gonna read these stories out like I've been doing, and afterwards I'm gonna change my browser again. Um, I may have to change the browser I don't want to use, but that's neither here nor there. But still, back to what I came here for. I'm going to give you an update on the Nevada hit and run case. And this one actually ticked me off because of what they've done. A trial date has been set for the two teenagers accused of intentionally hitting and killing retired California Police Chief Andreas Probst. That date is almost a year from now, September 16th, 2024. Mark that date down, ladies and gentlemen. Despite the serious felony charges, 18-year-old Jesus Ayala and 16-year-old Jzamir Keys face, the two were seen giggling, conversing, even gesturing the middle finger at the Probst family in court on Tuesday. The two also seemingly covered their faces from the media with their right hands. The scene made wife and daughter, Crystal and Taylor Probst, livid. Daughter Taylor said the callous conduct was shocking. How can you sit there after taking a man's life and act like such entitled being? Said Taylor Probst. They were seen sniggering and laughing and trying to mad dog and intimidate us, which didn't work. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department officers said Ayala was the driver and Keys was the passenger in the hit-and-run crash killing Probst on August 14th. Probst was cycling north on Tenaya Way near Centennial Parkway when he was mowed down. Grand jury evidence released Monday showed Ayala making small talk with a Metro officer in the back of a police car following his arrest. They really have no remorse. This is just a game to them, said Taylor Probst about the new evidence. David Westbrook, the public defender representing Ayala in this case, said in court that he saw this body cam footage for the first time on Scripps News Las Vegas Monday night. I don't know if I need a press pass to get discovery, said Westbrook, but I would certainly like to get discovery before the media gets it. Westbrook claimed the state is providing evidence not given to the defense. However, the evidence was obtained through a public records request. My understanding is that it was a grand jury exhibit which the defense can get access to, said Prosecutor Pamela Weckerly in court. Judge Jacqueline Bluth acknowledged grand jury exhibits are publicly accessible. Still, Westbrook told the judge he was concerned about finding fair jurors in the case because of media attention. The family of Probst told reporters it's ironic Ayala's attorney is worried about media attention when police said the pair posted what became a viral video of the outcome of the crime. It was your people who put it on the media first, said wife Crystal Probst. Your client is the one that puts it on social media. Taylor and Crystal Probst said they would like justice to the fullest extent in this case. They took a life. It's about damn time that it's eye for an eye, said Taylor Probst. We're being too soft on these kids, and they're not kids anymore. Neither Ayala nor Keyes' family members were seen in court. The fact that you don't even show up to court means that you don't even care about your children, said Crystal Probst. Crystal wears her husband's shattered Apple Watch, which first alerted authorities on the tragedy in August. It reminds me he's here with me in the courthouse, Crystal said. Westbrook said he intends to file a writ of habeas corpus within 21 days of challenging the grand jury proceedings. Guys, I have been doing this for quite some time, and I've seen defendants show lack of remorse in more than one case. But this took it to a whole nother level. It's a combination of the fact that they stole cars, they've killed people, and had the nerve not only just to film it, but post it to social media. And they think it's a game. They think it's a joke. I guess they're going to find out the hard way come next year how much of a joke this is. So while I have the time to prepare for this, I'll be watching for updates and bring you here. Let's see. Baby Kisses. How you doing, Baby Kisses? I'll report all those YouTube shorts. What YouTube shorts are you talking about? Okay. Here's what we'll do. While I'm waiting for Baby Kiss's response, let's see. I went from El Paso, Texas, to the into the Georgia area. Oh, the violent ones. Oh, that's I get. I get that. Like I said, so far, let's see. We went from El Paso, Texas, through the Georgia area for our missing persons. Then we went to Maine for our top story. We shot over to Nevada for an update on that hit and run case. Now I am going to take you to I'm going to take you to Milwaukee, Wisconsin first. And again, it's probably the browser I'm using. I'm using Firefox. But I am wishing deep down that I could literally share these stories with you guys the way I want to share them. Let you see the photos, video if necessary, everything. I will be changing my browser after this edition of Bethea'S Byte Reloaded. Count on that. Like I said, I'm gonna take you right to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where the body of a missing 5-year-old was found in a dumpster. That was on Thursday morning, according to police. 5-year-old Prince McCree was first reported missing by police on Wednesday. Officers began a search for the child Wednesday evening and found McCree's body in the dumpster near West Villette Street and 55th Street just before 9 a.m. Thursday. The child's family confirmed to TMJ4 News that McCree's body was found in the dumpster. Milwaukee police said in an update that they are investigating McCree's death as a homicide. Meanwhile, the family has started a GoFundMe. TMJ4 has learned that the Milwaukee Police Department requested an Amber Alert to be issued for McCree. However, they did not meet the DOJ standards. TMJ requested a response from the DOJ on why they did not issue an Amber Alert for McCree. Onlookers passing by the police investigation shared their thoughts on the tragic news. It's very sad, disturbing to the community. I'm heartbroken. I have nieces, nephews, and cousins out here that live in Milwaukee. I'm very concerned about their safety, said Felicia Weatherall. Diallo Fuller, who was waiting nearby for a bus, said he understands the pain having lost 2 infants of his own. Honestly, it hurts. I deal with it every day. The pain. I try to keep moving, keep going. As far as just trying to better my life, better myself, said Fuller. It hurts just even seeing what's going on over here. It's bad. 5 years old, that's too tough. That's tough. Police say the cause of death is under investigation, but foul play is suspected. 2 persons of interest, a 27-year-old male and a 15-year-old male, were arrested. The situation is fluid and ongoing. 5 years old.
There goes that one.
5 years of age. Yeah. My sentiment exactly when I first heard about it. Baby Kisses has a niece and nephew in the Milwaukee area too. Says this is horrible. You're right. It is. It's absolutely horrible. But if anyone has any information on this case, please contact Milwaukee Police Department. You don't have to give your name. You can remain anonymous, but every little bit of information can help as far as how to solve that case and bring whoever needs to be brought to justice. Okay, let's recap our trip once again. Our missing person started us in El Paso, which could have taken us to the Atlanta, Decatur, Chamblee, Dorkerville area in Georgia. From there, we went to Maine, Lewiston, where the mass shooting took place. from there. We just left there and went to Nevada to update you on the two teens involved in that hit and run where um, where the the former California police chief was killed. Then we just left Milwaukee, where we found a 5-year old in the dumpster. A 5-year old in a dumpster. Now we're gonna go to a city I wish I could visit at least once in my life. But we're going there for a totally different reason. We're going to go down to New Orleans, Louisiana. Now, when I think of New Orleans, I'm thinking jazz. I'm thinking party. I'm thinking joyous celebrations. I'm thinking of that comeback that city has made from one of the worst natural disasters they were ever hit with. Before I go there, baby kisses. There's lots of eyes open 24 hours a day in Milwaukee. Someone needs to talk. I totally agree with that. That's the reason why I put so much emphasis on the phrase, especially with missing persons. If you see something, say something. Getting back on this trip to New Orleans, one of the things I think about is that awesome comeback they made from one of the worst natural disasters in that area's history. But then I get a message on Facebook from a friend of mine. By the way, you can follow me on Facebook at Bethea'S Byte Reloaded True Crime. I got the message on Facebook, and she asked me if I could cover this story. I I did the digging on it, and let's just say, for all intents and purposes, this is one of those cases that set me off. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put up this trigger warning before I read word one of this story. If you hear something that will set off your emotions, set off your mental triggers, I would advise you to cut me off at this point. I would totally understand. All right. Here we go. Orleans daycare worker accused of deliberately burning an infant's hand in scalding water, according to New Orleans Police Department. This is coming courtesy of Fox 8 WVUE in New Orleans. A Central City daycare worker was arrested Tuesday, October 3rd, on allegations that she deliberately burned an infant's hand in the scalding water of a heated bottle warmer, according to New Orleans police. Court records show Victoria Salter, age 27, was booked with second-degree cruelty to a juvenile. Her bond was set the very next day at $35,000 in Orleans Parish Magistrate Court. According to an arrest affidavit sworn by New Orleans Police Child Abuse Detective Caitlin Smith, the 6-month-old girl, 6 months, was dropped off at McMillan's First Steps Child Care at 2601 South Claiborne Avenue by her father around 7 a.m. on September 22nd. The child's mother received a call from the school at 3:50 p.m. to inform her that her daughter's left hand had been burned. The girl was taken to Children's Hospital in New Orleans for treatment of what doctors determined were second-degree burns. The burn injuries were so severe, doctors said the child would have scars and probably lose the range of motion in her hand. The victim's mother said McMillan's staff informed her that video surveillance footage showed Salter plunging the infant's left hand twice into a bottle warmer. The appliance, for those of you who don't know what these bottle warmers do, the appliance heats water to a temperature as high as 194.5 degrees Fahrenheit. 194.5 degrees. I wish I could show you what this little girl's hand looks like right now, because it just makes me sick to my stomach just looking at it. It makes me sick to my stomach. Based on surveillance footage from the facility, Victoria Salter had control of the child, who was solely in her care when she sustained her injuries, the detective wrote. The subject is seen removing a bottle from the bottle warmer and is then observed leaning over and placing the 6-month-old victim's left hand into the bottle warmer twice. The victim is heard crying from the audio, and Salter is heard saying, "Good job." Really? You stick a 6-month-old baby, her hand, into a near 200-degree bottle warmer with scalding hot water, mind you. You stick a 6-month-old baby's hand in that. Listening to the baby scream in pain, and all you would have to say is, "Good job." I'll do my closing argument on that in just a minute. Fox 8 called the child care facility and spoke with Dr. P.W. Reed, who said he is the director of operations and principal at McMillan's. Reed told us McMillan's monitors cameras all over the facility and has a detailed vetting process with an extensive interview and background check through the Department of Education. This is a lesson for us. This is a lesson for us all to make sure that even as we are hiring people, that we are diligent to make sure that we are watching every single move of every single person, he said. Reed said they've never had an incident like this before. He also said Salter was immediately fired, and they called police, child protective services, and state licensing to report what happened. We do have the autonomy to make sure that we're vetting even more carefully, that we're watching more carefully every single thing we're doing. Our directors are going into classrooms. We have observations that are going into classrooms, and we are going to keep doing the due diligence that we've been doing for 36 years. Reed said the center supports the victim and her family. We are not going to give up here. We're going to fight to the end until full prosecution is done to this person that had worked at our facility, Reed said. When asked if Salter had a permanent residence when she was hired, Reed said she did not. She did provide her address. He said Salter had worked for McMillan's for about 5 months when the incident occurred. I knew that she was dealing with some sheltering issues, and that's all we knew. We knew that we could see that the young lady tried to do a great job, but there were times that she was late, and yes, we confronted those issues and we dealt with those issues. However, a mental break is something that we do not have any control over. Fox 8 legal analyst Joe Raspanti said second-degree cruelty to a juvenile is not a specific intent crime. It can be generally just gross negligence, but here there was a specific intent, and that level of psychopathy needs to be looked at very carefully by the district attorney. It never ceases to amaze me how dark the hearts are of some in our citizenry. What the report says is very disturbing. If charged and convicted of the offense, Salter would face up to 40 years in state prison. This one seems to be egregious than most, and I think it's incumbent upon the DA to consider that. Baby Kisses says exactly what I'm thinking, but won't say it. But yeah, she is stupid. Yeah, did it on purpose on a 6-month-old. A 6-month-old. Oh, and if you think for a split second that the mother in this case is gonna let this just slide by, I guess like the song says, you got another thing coming. Mother of baby whose hand was deliberately burned at the daycare says she wants justice. Again, this is from WVUE Fox 8 in New Orleans. For the first time, a mother of a 6-month-old who had her hand forcefully burned on a bottle warmer at a New Orleans daycare, that should be in a bottle warmer, is speaking exclusively with Fox 8, detailing the trauma her young child endured. 1 second, let me throw this out to my wife, my tag team partner, and my love, the Lady Outlaw. What was that? What was that you said, sweetheart? Honey, we have an audience here that agrees with you. That's 50 shades of wrong. Did you hear how hot the bottle warmer got or can get?
Yeah. It fucking blistered your fucking hand.
Yeah, which is why Victoria Salter, 27 years of age, is being charged with that cruelty to a juvenile. The article goes on to say that the mother is demanding the daycare worker whom police arrested for the crime, as well as the daycare itself, be accountable. You see this type of stuff on movies. You see this type of stuff on TV. Never really think it could hit home, said Kalisha Vinning. Vinning says she dropped her off her 6-month-old daughter Harper at the at daycare at McMillan's First Steps in Central City on the morning of Friday, September 22nd. Later in the afternoon, she got a call from McMillan saying her daughter had been burned. She rushed to the school and took her daughter to the hospital. They scrubbed all the blisters off her hand, and she was screaming, and I had to hold her down, she said through tears. I had to hold her down because she didn't know what was going on, you know? She was 6 months old. She was crying, and I don't know what to do. And again, I look at this picture about a little girl's hand. To those of you who are joining us, I wish I could show you this hand, but then again, I don't, because it would probably make you sick to your stomach too. That's right. You've seen it through the Facebook post. Am I correct?
No, she sent it to me.
That's what I'm saying. You've seen it through a Facebook post.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm gonna shout out Barbara Rushing. Thank you for sending me this case. The New Orleans Police Department later arrested 27-year-old Victoria Salter, an employee at McMillan's, former employee, for allegedly placing the baby's hand on a bottle warmer twice, saying, "Good job," as the baby cried out in pain, according to an arrest warrant. The appliance heats water to a temperature as high as 194.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Salter remains in the Orleans Parish Prison on a $50,000 bond, yet she has not been arraigned. I couldn't believe that she would do Harper like that. Even after seeing it, in my heart, I still couldn't believe that she did Harper like that. I can't, Vinning said, describing a video shown to her by McMillan's staff. How do you do that? The girl was taken to Children's Hospital in New Orleans for treatment of what doctors determined were second-degree burns. The burn injuries were so severe, the doctors said the child would have scars and possibly lose the range of motion in her hand. Harper's waking up every 2 to 3 hours. She's not allowing you to put her down. You can tell a change in her, Vinning said. No matter how happy she is, I know my child. She's different. The warrant states that the child was burned at 1:10 p.m., but Salter did not notify the administration of the daycare until 3:50 p.m. She's not the only one responsible. She's not the only one to drop the ball, Vinning said. All of them are responsible. Speaking of Fox 8, the director of operations and principal at McMillan's, Dr. P.W. Reed, defended the school's handling of the incident, saying daycare staff have a duty to inform the parent of a child without taking it upon themselves to bring the child to the hospital. Reed also said Salter had faced sheltering issues. We do have the autonomy to make sure that we're vetting even more carefully, that we're watching more carefully every single thing that we're doing. He said, I knew she was dealing with some sheltering issues, and that's all we knew. There were times that she was late, and yes, we confronted those issues, and we dealt with those issues. Reed said they never had an incident like this before. He also said Salter was immediately fired, and they called police, child protective services, and state licensing to report what happened. Vinning said she is furious with Salter and McMillan's. My experience was pure hell. Nobody can take that from me, she said. Did I want it to be pure hell? No, it's my baby. Wow. And Baby Kisses had to run off, but she left a lot of commentary as I went through that article, saying that both the girl who did it and the facility needs to be charged. You don't scrub off blisters. Said the bottle warmer is it's way too hot for a bottle warmer. With the boiling is 120. The boiling point is 212 degrees for water. It's okay. It's all right. This is my take on this. I have to agree with Baby Kisses. Victoria Salter is being charged criminally. McMillans need to be charged civilly for the damage to Harper's hand. This was under their watch. This happened under their watch, and as good as they say that as the due diligence they claim they're doing, something should have been done originally. It's not just firing her. They should have paid a lot closer attention to what's going on in this girl's background. But still, like I said, this happened under their watch. And knowing that this happened under their watch, everybody involved is totally responsible. And everybody should be made to pay. All right. So that's going to conclude my cross-country trip in this edition of Bethea'S Byte Reloaded. I thank you so much. And I apologize once again I wasn't able to show any video or any photos like I wanted to. I'm gonna change browsers so I can get that part set up again. And I'm gonna make sure to bring you all the best coverage that I can bring. And as I close out, as I mentioned that the last story I got from a friend on Facebook. So if you want to follow Bethea'S Byte Reloaded like that, go to Facebook. It's at Bethea'S Byte Reloaded True Crime. You can follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at EKB316. That's in all caps. And of course, you can follow me here on YouTube at Bethea'S Byte Reloaded. On Instagram, it's the same handle as my X. Only difference is it's in lowercase. EKB316. You can hit me up on TikTok, which I haven't posted a video in quite a while, but I'm gonna change that. Hit me up there at King of Hearts 316 2021. Or if you have something you want to share, and you can't do it here on during a live stream, or you don't want to put it out on YouTube or whatever, you can feel free to email me My address is kingofhearts316_09 at outlook.com. I look forward to hearing you all. I thank you all so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you got any suggestions, let me know. Let me know. I can take it under advisement. All right. Okay, guys. This is gonna wrap it up for me. I know this is kind of a short edition of Bethea'S Byte Reloaded, but then again, it's all because I didn't have all the I was unable to share all the things I wanted to share with you. But like I always say, if this doesn't come out right the way to your satisfaction, I'll promise I'll do better next time. All right. So that's, like I said, that's gonna do it. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Ernest Bethea, the Last Outlaw. This is Bethea'S Byte Reloaded True Crime, your home for news without all the drama, where your opinions matter, up for lively debates, where your voice is heard, and above all else, justice served. Let's do this again next time. Same time, same place. Until then, you all know what to do. Bite this. Hey guys, this is the Last Outlaw, saying thank you to all who have watched and subscribed to Bethea'S Byte Reloaded, your true crime and drama-free destination. I couldn't do this without you. Did you enjoy this video? Are you looking to get more information about what you have seen and heard here? Are you looking to give feedback as to how I can present this better? Here's what you do. Like this video. The more eyes on it, the more this information gets spread to others, which makes it a step closer to justice served. Share this to your social media. Again, with more eyes on this, the closer we get to seeing justice served. Drop me a comment. Whether it's on the topic or the presentation, I will respond to your theories and ideas. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button to show your support for this little true crime engine, powered by you. Set your notifications to all for future videos. Be sure to follow Bethea'S Byte Reloaded all over social media. At Bethea'S Byte Reloaded True Crime on Facebook. At EKB316 on X, formerly known as Twitter. At Bethea'S Byte Reloaded on YouTube. At EKB316 on Instagram. At King of Hearts 316 2021 on TikTok. You can email me at kingofhearts316_09 at outlook.com. This is your home for news without the drama, your opinions, lively debates, your voice heard, and above all else, justice served. This is Bethea'S Byte, and it's reloaded.